Test. Yeah, Ralph, I gotta do a sound check. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hey team, now that sound check is done, welcome back for another video. This is your host, Luke, with Crusader Machining. Past couple videos I made a comment about the color of my shirt, referencing whether or not the video is going to be intense or detailed or not. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say, today I'm wearing my gray shirt, so that means that we're going to get down to business, or I'm wearing my gray shirt, that means that this is serious. I'm not going to say that. But we're back in the QC lab again today, and everyone's wondering why. I had a couple people reach out to me asking about a Sunnen bore gauge, and they said, can you make a video of setting one? So that's what we're going to dive into today. And I know I use that term dive into a lot because I like to dive into stuff. I want to just jump right in, cut through the small talk, cut through any normal social media fluff and stuff like that. We're just going to dive right in. So, Sunnen bore gauge. We are going to be setting a bore gauge for this part. Our diameter, our tolerance, is 376 to 377. Now sure, you can check it with a functional gauge, but 1,000th is really close to use just normal pin gauges. Pin gauges, when you buy them off the shelf of, say, McMaster Carr, MSC, or any other distributor, they are made with a tolerance. So if you wanted to buy a gauge 376, there's no gauge that's 376, somewhere along the line it'll deviate. So your 376 gauge might be 376.1, depending on your class of fit. Therefore, for a tight tolerance like that, I like to use the Sunnen bore gauge in addition to a functional check with a go and no-go. That being said, let's dive right in and set this gauge. All right, here we are. Here is our Sunnen bore gauge we're going to be able to get ready to set. First thing we're going to look at is here, your range size, 740 to 1.5. As we know, our bore size is 376 to 377. So we're going to turn it around. We're going to be going 370 to 740. This is the size we want to use. Now, to break it down a little bit, what functions where, what does what? This is your lock. Actually says on there, lock. You're going to unlock this to be able to move your arms back and forth. That is what this knob does. If you tighten that knob, as you can see, they're moving down. That's what we want to go. I'm going to go all the way almost to the bottom of the stroke. But I'm not going to bottom that out. I'm going to feel it get tight towards the bottom and stop. Now our lock is loose. This is down at the bottom. Next thing we're going to do is you have a spot here to hold some tools. This is the tool I want. It sets your tolerance window with these little green flags. We are 376 to 377. Each line here, so from here to this line is 1 thou. From this line to this line is 5/10. So from your two, for example, 2 to 3 is 1.001 from this line to this line. We have a 1 thou tolerance, so I'm going to set this at 1. Positive, minus, smaller, bigger. I'm from 0 to 1 here. That's going to be my tolerance. Next thing we want to do, you got these little flaps here. Lift to release, it says. I'm going to lift them. The reason I'm going to lift them, it allows me to move this. This is imperative to set the stroke or the depth of the part you're going to check for a deep part or a shallow part. This is the little gauge or a little tool that comes with it, that little indicator line. You're going to press this flat against the plate. You're going to move out until the roller goes in that groove. So we set our length, stop. I'm going to go in the back and stop those. Now this is locked in place. The reason we do that, here's our master. I'm going to set this to 376. Excuse the shaking. Editor, please fast forward this part. So you can see I got my 0.3. Lock this finger down. Over here, I hope you can see, I'm going to go to 76. When that center line is in the indicator, I'm going to lock that down. Now this distance is 376. There's a little hook back here that hangs over our plate. I'm going to hang it down gently, set it over the wheels. I'm moving it side to side. I got some play. I'm going to go back to this knob. I'm going to open it up. Now you're going to start to see this line move as I open up the fingers or the arms. It's going to push against until it hits here. You're going to see this start to move. Oop. I'm going to loosely, so we're at 376, the bottom of our tolerance. I'm going to set that at the bottom here, 376, but I'm not done yet. So 376. I'm going to move this little leveler to see how much that moves to go to my lowest point. Now we're set on 376. I'm going to unlock this. I'm going to go to 377. I'm going to lock that down. Make sure that goes to my 377. Next thing, fancy Sharpie. 377. 376. So now we're almost there. I'm going to go back and tighten this, and sometimes, and you don't need to over tighten it. Just go a little bit till you feel it. As long as you don't mishandle the gauge, you're going to be fine. Make sure that's the bubble on this one's not moving, but usually you want to make sure it's level. So I'm looking at that level, and I'm going to double check it with a standard anyhow. So right now we're set to 377, 376. And if you want to, this thing right here is almost like a little bit of a fine-tune adjustment. I'm going to bring that back to our 377, dead nuts. I'm going to check it one more time. I'm going to move this to 376. Boom, locked in. I am dead nuts on 376. I'm going to remove our master now, or our setting gauge. I'm going to release these. So now I can move this part out. And I like to use one of these. You can see this little gap around. Sometimes with the right part, it can feel like you don't have a good back behind it. So I'm going to use this little gauge here, or this little ring. That's what that does. So now I'm going to set the beginning of my stroke. I'm going to move it in. I'm going to lock the back. I'm going to move that all the way to the face of the part. I'm going to lock the front. Now I set my stroke limit. So we got our gauge quote unquote set. We're not done. I have a 375 calibrated standard. If I set it correctly, we have 377, 37. If I set it correctly, this 375 should be on the 2, which it almost is. But here now is the last final adjustment. This arm here, this little lever moves the top arm so it becomes a full functional 3-point gauge. You want to move it to get to the highest point. So right now I am at the highest point. I'm going to use my fine adjustment to bring that standard, that's 375, just to verify that my gauge is set. I popped this part off the machine. Let's see where we're running. We are right at 376 and a half. That's it. Hey team, we're back. If you're like me and suffer from motion sickness, hopefully the shakiness of my coffee-fueled videoing didn't affect you too badly. Nah, I'm just teasing. So that's how you set a Sunnen bore gauge. Now, are there going to be, is there some intricacies and details that perhaps I missed, or a better way to go about doing it? Maybe. I'm not a quality guy. I love it. I know how to do it, of course, but there's people out there that probably know some little hints or tips that I didn't go over. If you're out there, chime in. Do you use Sunnen bore gauges? Do you like them? What would you have done differently to set them? Now, here is my caveat. Am I perfect at setting a Sunnen bore gauge? No. Do I know how to set one? Yes. Could I be better at it? Maybe. This standard, a calibrated standard, if you're going to be using Sunnen bore gauges, I would definitely invest in some setting gauges. We have them nominal, 375, half inch, 3/4. It'll help you to verify that your gauge is set correctly. Now, that's good for when you set it, but also when you're in production. These gauges are designed to be at the machine. Say an operator moves it and accidentally bumps it, or someone I have here, and I'm not mentioning my son, but someone has turned these knobs just to kind of see what they do. They could throw it off. So we use a quality standard. We try to keep it there at the machine to verify in process that the gauge is maintaining its accuracy. So that's it. That's how you set a Sunnen bore gauge. Little different than our normal scheduled content here, but thank you for watching. I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube. When I hit 1,000, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. 2 winners. Once I hit 1,000, I'm going to get ready to post a giveaway video with the prizes, details, blah, 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 everything else. Find me on Instagram, TacTac, and Twitter. Go give me a follow. Luke at Crusader Machining. I'd really appreciate it. Like, comment, share the video. As all the other famous YouTubers say, really helps the algorithm. But genuinely, thank you for watching the video. Leave a comment, good, bad, or ugly. I'm here for it. Once again, this is Luke at Crusader Machining, signing out.